I'm Brenda, and I think we can all agree that plastic water bottles are becoming a real problem to our landfill and oceans. Let's look at these facts. The U.S. consumes 1,500 water bottles a second. Of the 50 billion, and yes, that is billion, water bottles bought, 80% are not recycled. 20% are, but 80% end up in our landfills. 17 million barrels of oil are used, producing 1 year worth of water bottles for the United States. That's just 1 year, and that's just the initial making of the water bottle. 2 liters of tap water versus water bottles cost 50 cents a year, while water bottles for 1 year's usage on an average person costs over $1,000. Plastic will never biodegrade, no matter how it is treated. In a study performed by the Pacific Institute in California, it suggests that producing water bottles, including all stages from manufacturing the plastic to chilling the bottles for use, takes approximately 2,000 times the energy required to produce tap water. Tap water in New York City, which is famed to have the worst tap water in the world, which is why they use a lot of water bottles, actually exceeds all federal standards for tap water for drinking water. The recycling industry would like us to believe that as long as we reuse, water bottle production will decrease to manageable levels and will slowly stop the invasion of plastics into our water supply and burgeoning landfills. This just isn't the case, and here's why. The energy used to recycle plastics far outweigh the cost to manufacture new. Recycled plastics, it's a completely self-sufficient industry. And while there are really good systems out there, Ecosystem is one of them. There are really good recycling centers. It does cost energy, employees, wages. It also takes energy to the recycling process is quite extensive, requiring 3 to 4 different washing processes, and then you have to shave the plastic, then you have to wash and re-sterilize. And even with all of that, they do have to separate a side lot specifically for food grade because you do have to treat that differently. And very, very little of the plastics that are recycled actually can go back into food grade production. Recycled plastics are usually degraded so badly they cannot be used for food products again. And as I said, maybe 10% of all water bottles recycled are actually put back into food grade use. While recycling does keep some of the plastics out of the waste system, our oceans are already filled with discarded plastics from many years of disposal. Birds are feeding their babies water bottle caps. We all know, we've seen the pictures of the, baby birds with the little 6-pack rings, and luckily, those don't happen very often anymore. But we have to do something. We have to stop this where it starts. Glass bottles, in comparison, are much easier to clean and will retain their clarity and their sanitation without leaking toxic chemicals after hundreds of washings. Plastic gradually leaches a chemical called bisphenol A, BPA, into foods and liquids that are stored inside the containers that are made from the material. So if you have a water bottle that's been sitting there for quite a while, you're actually drinking some of this chemical that's actually leaked out of the plastic container. It is my opinion that recycling should be a last line of defense. My proposal is to start at the source, creating sustainable packaging that is sterile and biodegradable, managing the problem from its beginnings. Since most of us enjoy the convenience of bottled water, but are also concerned about maintaining our planet, this should be the incentive enough. In the long run, it would save money, energy, and stop the flow of non-biodegradable materials into our ecosystem. Here with the counterpoint is Shaker.